brother and everything. I would hate to have somebody else go through something like this, you know. And this is like 66 days after we lost our brother-in-law to a drunk driver, and that was finally put to rest after we, you know, persisted and pursued that and everything. But we're here to, you know, do the same for him and get justice for him, and also, you know, bring closure for our family, my mom, you know, my mom's broken heart, as well as us and his children as well. He has 2 twin daughters, Aaliyah and Malia. They are 6 years old, and they always ask about their dad every day, and it's kind of hard to, you know, explain to them that the next time you'll see Daddy is at the end of the road and everything. But we're confident, we're strong, and hanging in there as much as we can. But any help that could bring some closure to this case would be greatly appreciated. Edwin was the best of brothers you could ever wish for and everything. He was a hard-working man, and he would give you the shirt off his back, you know, and wouldn't ask for anything in return. To me, he was a wingless angel.
We're out here obviously in support of the family. They called us, said they wanted to come out here and distribute flyers. It's on a case that's considered open for us. We've done everything we can to try to get people to come forward and give us some information. Based on our investigation so far, what we know is that about 8:30 at night, so it's still daylight, just before dark, on July 17th of last year, Edwin's walking westbound on the north sidewalk here of South Street. He turns the corner and continues walking northbound on the east sidewalk. Somewhere just after he passes this no parking sign, shots are heard. People report that they look out, they see him start to run. He runs around the back of the liquor store there, and he collapses behind the laundromat. Paramedics are summoned. They transport him to the hospital where he's pronounced dead. That particular night, we had a motor patrol unit that happened to be right in the area when it happened. He was on scene and putting out descriptions within a minute or so of the actual dispatch. When he got here, there was a crowd around the body. He first tried to attend to the medical needs of Edwin, and then when we tried to look to secure witnesses or find out if anybody had saw anything, nobody had come forward and really help us out. So that's what we're out here today, is really just trying to refresh people's memory and saying, hey, this was a tragedy that happened here, put a face to it, and beg people to come forward and hopefully give us a little bit of information to help us out.
There may be people afraid to talk to you.
And we will work with that. I mean, homicide detail, that's what we deal with. We deal with gang murders, we deal with intimidation, we deal with these kinds of issues all the time. They're not new to us. We go to great lengths to protect people that do come forward. We can't always guarantee anonymity, but we guarantee we'll talk to you about it. We'll do what's best for you first, and we're going to do what's best for the case as well.
Bit helps. Any information that you might have, even as small as that you might think that it doesn't matter, it probably does. Just make a call to the detectives that are working on the case. Tell them whatever it is that you might know. Every little bit helps, and it's greatly appreciated. It helped bring us, our family, some closure from this terrible tragedy, and we can just move on from here. Eddie Haynes is my brother-in-law. He was ran over by a drunk driver. He was hit and killed on Mother's Day on a motorcycle ride with his wife. We were watching the kids when it happened. She's now, I would hate to say the word, but considered a vegetable. She's in a vegetative state, so she doesn't know that her husband's dead. She doesn't know her kid's name. She doesn't know any of us. Between the two families, we've been raising the 2-year-old and 9-year-old, and he goes back and forth. And basically, the main caregiver for him is Kathy, which is Cheryl, their mom's sister. Right after that happened, after we buried him, put him in the ground, when we tried to start to grieve, we got a phone call from Long Beach Police Department in Texas saying that our brother was shot here. Couldn't believe it. Could not believe it. We had to start grieving and preparing everything all over again. And at the same time, it's here we were trying to handle 2 things at once, 2 funerals. We live all the way in the state of Texas. We had to try and find a way that we could get him to Texas to even have a funeral. finally now, since we received felony murder for the first case with Eddie Haynes, now we're able to come out here and seek justice for my brother Edwin Holman. So we'll be out here all weekend. We're just trying to put a face on this, let everyone know that Edwin Holman was an actual human being. Let them know that he was a father, he was a student, working 2 jobs to support his family, and so he can own his own restaurant one day. He traveled the world. That was his dream, was to provide fine dining. And now it's crushed, unfortunately, but at least we can seek justice for his 2 twin daughters. Within 2 weeks, they'll be 6 years old, and he's going to miss that.